it's such a beloved franchise, you know, and I understand and appreciate everybody's feedback from all different sides, because one of my favorite things about Halo and about the universe is how passionate the fans are. You know, there's people who, and you know, I really understand why too, because everyone really has this personal ownership over the character and this connection to the character that shines through in their passion for the game and for the show. And so for me, that's been one of the real beauties of the show, is this very passionate conversation around it.
Pablo, thank you so much for sharing your time with us on the Movie Podcast today. We are such big fans of yours. We're having a great time with this show. And I think the world of Halo is just something that has been part of our lives for so long. Yeah. And now getting to see it fully realized in a show, it's always lent itself so well to longer form storytelling, which is amazing. I got to ask for you, I think back to, Halo 3 coming out, going to Zellers and buying my copy of it for Canadians who knowing what Zellers is. I just got to know, in the last few years of you being able to inhabit this character of Master Chief, do you have any favorite fan stories or moments of fans coming up to you with just like, you are Master Chief for me?
No, most of it is online interaction, to be honest with you. I definitely get people, I've gotten a lot of like shout outs from a distance, like Master Chief, give them the salute, there's a lot of that, but not too many fan interactions in person. A lot of fan interaction online, of all types. People who are just love the show and can't wait to tell me. People who hate the show for all different reasons. We take it all, and it's such a beloved franchise, and I understand and appreciate everybody's feedback from all different sides, because one of my favorite things about Halo and about the universe is how passionate the fans are. There's people who, and I really understand why too, because we, as players of Halo, when we played the game, we played as Master Chief. So every one of us has our own version of who Master Chief is supposed to be, because he's colored with our own personality, which is us filling in the blank spots of the character. And so everyone really has this personal ownership over the character and this connection to the character that shines through in their passion for the game and for the show. And so for me, that's been one of the real beauties of the show, is this very passionate conversation around it.
You've been so receptive to a lot of the feedback that you got for season 1. Now you're going into season 2, and there must be, again, that pressure of playing this beloved character. How familiar were you going into it now and saying, this is how I want to do things?
Familiar with the game. I was quite familiar, as we all were, from playing it as teenagers. I didn't grow up with a gaming system, but I used to sneak away to my friends' houses, and that's where I would play it. But then I really learned about Halo and dug into it when I got the job, obviously, and learned about the larger extent of the lore and how much amazing storytelling opportunities there are in there. And that's where I really fell in love with the franchise. But now season 2, obviously, we had season 1. My job as an actor is to realize the vision of the showrunner, right? And so in season 1, I was working with Stephen Kane and trying to realize his vision. And now in season 2, I'm working with David Weiner and trying to realize his vision. And I love what he's bringing. I really, really think that the tone he's brought to the series is matches the universe in a way really, really well. And, it's darker, it's more immediate, it's more all of the action sequences feel so much more subjective, like you're put into the sequences because of the way we're using the camera. And so, the tone for me is the thing that stands out from season 1 to season 2 as the biggest change.
Something that we've seen continue now from season 1 going to season 2 is how much humanity you bring to the character, to Master Chief, to John. What's been the most fulfilling part of being able to explore his character? What's been that most fulfilling part for you, now getting to really go deep and go beneath the armor and really explore who this character is?
Yeah, well, that was always kind of the intention of the show, and the reason for the show was to explore both sides of this character. A character that you never saw his face. You don't know the character underneath the armor, really. It was an opportunity, I think, for the people who hired me to really expand the Halo franchise and go to places that it hasn't gone before. So for me, that was certainly part of the attraction, is to explore both sides of this character. A character who has all these expectations on him about being the savior of humanity, and also has a starting the relationship with his own humanity and trying to really figure out who he is underneath this, what he is, what parts of him are his own and what parts of him are UNSC, what he owes to humanity and what he owes to himself. That dialogue and those contradictions were the thing that really drew me to the series as a concept.
What's great though still is that you still you see those inner workings of his, what's going on. And I think what's so powerful, even when you are wearing the helmet, it's like Master Chief just emotes even without having a face sometimes. And you're just like, you see that, and then getting to really know who this character is has been really fun as a fan of the series going into this. Because we haven't been able to get this side of who he is, and being able to explore it in all of these episodes has been great on the fan side as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, it should be an expansion of the universe. It should be an addition to the gaming experience. You know, if you are interested in just having the same experience you had when you played games, you'll probably be disappointed because it's not the exact same experience. You know, but if you're interested in exploring the universe that you lived in when you were playing the games, but exploring a different side of it and expanding it into new areas and new territories, then I think you're going to love the show. And I really hope that everybody comes back on February 8th and checks out the new season and sees how much we love the franchise as well.
Yeah, because I mean, when you look at adaptations, it's really trying to give us something that is on the other side of everything. And we've gotten a lot of great video game adaptations lately. That's not something that was common before. And now we're getting so many more different approaches to it. So I'm so curious for yourself, when you're looking at season 2, you're going into that, what's something that you really wanted to do this season that maybe you didn't get that opportunity in season 1?
I think, as I said, the tone is a big shift. And for me, one that I think was well needed and really appropriate. So that was fantastic. One of the things that I really love about the second season that we didn't get to do on the first is the expansion of the whole universe around John and around the Master Chief. Getting to know the characters of Silver Team, I think, is a really big deal. You know, you're starting to give each of those characters their own personality, and it just expands the world for him. You know, the more he interacts with people that are differentiated from himself, the bigger the world becomes. And to get to see those actors who worked so hard on season 1 and maybe didn't get as many of the moments, now in season 2 really get to shine and do their thing. That's a huge thing for me.
Speaking of things being huge for you and where you getting to explore with this character, outside of Halo, you've been part of some incredible shows, incredible films. I'm like The Wire, Orange is the New Black, Lords of Dogtown is one of my favorite films. And you even got to do like a guest spot on It's Always Sunny, which is one of our favorite shows. Great episode. We literally just watched it like over the Christmas break. We're like, that's perfect. Yeah. For you, Pablo, like what's the most important thing when you're choosing your next role? When you want to live with the character for a certain amount of time, what are you looking for?
It's one of the major things I've always looked at in terms of choosing roles is something that's really different from what I did before. I've always tried to have leave behind a wide range of roles whenever I'm done doing this. And so for me, it was really important to kind of look at what I had just done and do something that was drastically different from it. I think I'm less sort of focused on that now. And now for me, what really makes a huge difference is the material and the co-collaborators, and really just looking for amazing material and starting with really great writing is huge for me, and finding people that really excite me in terms of co-collaboration. Those are my 2 main priorities at this point.
I love that. And we're so excited to see what else you do outside of here, and obviously continuing to expand Halo as well too.
Yeah. Is there a character that you feel like you're mostly recognized for the most, like someone that always comes up to you and says, hey, like porn stash?
Yeah, I get that sometimes, not as much because it's such a different look, but no, it seems to be so. Den of Thieves seems to be the biggest one now because it just plays always on TV, right? So I get Den of Thieves a lot. I get Law and Order, SVU quite a lot because I did this like 6-episode arc on that was just hideous and awful. I get Orange is the New Black. I get The Wire especially when I'm in Canada. Canada seems to be, a lot of Wire fans in Canada, which is awesome. Because it means you're civilized and good TV. And yeah, those are the big ones. And obviously Halo, now is also sort of a big one. So those are the main touchstones.
Love that. And you look at this suit that you're wearing in the show, it's absolutely massive. It's like, 55 pounds, we keep hearing. what is probably the best part of, do you ever want to take that suit home and just kind of work out in that, or take a weapon with you home at all?
Yeah. Well, I do take weapons home with me just because to manipulate them and work on stunts and stuff. So I take prop weapons home all the time. That's funny and exciting. I've wanted to wear the suit home mostly just to like show up at my door in front of the kids and scare them,
Yeah.
I never had the pleasure. I mean, it's a lot to take home. It would be a whole process. Like, you'd have that moment of scaring them at the door, and then you'd be like, okay, kids, help me get out of this thing.
Airlift you home. Yeah.
Exactly.
Build a new door for you.
Yeah, exactly.
We love that. No, Pablo, we're just so grateful for your time. We're so excited to see where things go in season 2 of Halo. We just can't wait to see what you get to do next as well, too. So just thank you so much again for your time, and we hope to get to talk to you again.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Well, if I'm here, you can always talk to me.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.